Hello, I'm the Slime Wave, and welcome to my Slime Guides. Today, we're going to be talking about Scurrius the Rat King. If you're above combat level 60 and looking to get into bossing on old school RuneScape, but you don't know how to take the plunge, Scurrius is an excellent place to begin. The Rat King was introduced in old school RuneScape on January 24th of 2024, making him one of the newest pieces of content in game today. He was devised as a boss to teach low-level players the basics of bossing and PvM. He's an excellent boss to learn when you're on the cusp of getting your fire cape or have just finished the fight caves and don't know where to go next. He is located inside of the Varrock Sewers entrance, located across from the city's museum, and gives you the option to fight him in a public room or at a private instance for all the Iron Men out there. Before we get to the fight, let's talk gear. The boss can be fought with all three combat styles and has a unique weapon drop for each. Once you unlock the Bone Mace, Bone Shortbow, or Bone Staff, these are probably going to be your best in slot weapon for each attack style. For melee, you're going to want to have at least full rune armor. Any defensive upgrades above that only help. You'll want your best tier gloves from Recipe for Disaster and any weapon as strong or stronger than the Rune Scimitar. While ranging the boss is doable with lower tier gear, it is recommended to have at least blue dragonhide armor. Bring Van Braces unless you've completed your RFD Barrows gloves. For your weapon, anything stronger than the U Shortbow is ideal. For maging the boss, you'll want to have Zerakin robes or full mystics to help boost your damage potential. Ivan's Staff and Warp Scepter are both great early weapon choices until the Bone Staff is unlocked. Now, let's talk about the fight itself. The fight is broken down into three main phases. During the first phase, Scurrius will square up with you and has a chance of either hitting you with a melee attack or knocking down pieces of the ceiling onto you. As you learn the fight, you'll want to keep Protect from Melee active for the duration of this phase. As you learn the timing of the attacks, this becomes an excellent time to practice flicking Protect from Melee on for just the attacks, which will save some prayer points. The rocks falling from the ceiling are not blocked by Protect from Melee, so you'll simply need to sidestep those pieces as they fall to the ground, and you can avoid all the damage from those. During his second phase, the Rat King will approach one of the large piles of cheese in the room. He will face away from the player and eat cheese, restoring his health. During this time, he can shoot you with a green projectile, a blue projectile, or he can continue knocking down parts of the ceiling again. As during the first phase, when the ceiling pieces fall, simply step out of the way. If he shoots the green projectile, pray Protect from missiles before it hits you, and with the blue projectile, pray Protect from magic. During this phase, he may also roar and summon 6 lower level rat minions. It's wild what some rats will do to protect the monarchy, eh? These rats will die in one hit, but they can hit you through melee prayer, so while you're lower level, it is recommended that you go ahead and kill these rats as they spawn. Scurrius will bounce between phase 1 and phase 2 until he's below 30% of his health, at which point he will enter phase 3. The third phase is a minor chaos phase. During this phase, Scurrius will rapidly switch between shooting his green ranged, blue mage, and rockfall attacks. As with phase 2, just make sure you have the correct prayers up before the projectiles hit you, and sidestep any falling rocks. During this phase, try to position yourself where none or only a few of the rat minions can hit you. This can help a lot in reducing the overall amount of damage taken. Note, you can eat from the huge cheese piles as well. This will restore your health without using any of the food you brought with you. Last but certainly not least, it's the reason we're all here, let's talk about the rewards for defeating the Rat King. Scurrius is a great drop table of alks and supplies that would be helpful for any account trying to get into bossing. Drops of rune armor and weapons to help the cash stack, to items like ranging potions, which can be incredibly helpful to low-level Ironmen. Scurrius rewards you well for your regicide. He also has 2 unique drops, the Scurrius Spine, which can be turned into one of the 3 bone weapons, and Scurry, a very cute little rat king to follow you around. Scurrius also has a multiplier applied to his XP rates, making it an incredibly effective way to train your combat skills, as the experience drops are going to be much higher than normal monsters. All in all, Scurrius was an excellent piece of content for Jagex to add to old school. I wish I had more bosses like this to help me learn the ropes when it came to PvM and learning how mechanics work in a game from 2007. I hope you enjoyed this guide. Leave any comments or questions below and let me know what you think. I'm the Slime Wave, and if you liked this content, give me a follow here and check out my stream at twitch.tv/theslimewave. I stream Sunday through Wednesday every week in the evenings. Slime out.